Carolina at Philadelphia. So the number's 12.5. Our first instinct when this was at 13 on Sunday night was take the Panthers. Uh, the wise guys have done that. It's pretty much stayed at 12.5. Like, if we were looking to bet them, the best thing that could have happened was them losing in OT and the Eagles beating Baltimore on the road. That's exactly what happened. Like, it is a statement win versus, from a public POV, a statement win versus another loss by another team everyone thinks is terrible. But are we going in on the Panthers?
I can tell you though right now, I feel like this is another line that me and you come Sunday when we're throwing out all of our shit. This is one thing where pop up and you're like, just get it in there because we're both gonna like it. Why wouldn't we like it? It's way too big of a number for the way this Panthers team is playing, and maybe I'm being sucked in on it because I watched all 22 and Bryce Young. Some of his throws, Chad, you're just like, okay, you see why this kid was what he was in college, right? Because I never really understood it, but if he can throw on the run like he was in that game last week, he can have a career in this league. Like he's really good at something that not a lot of guys are. I mean, even Bo Nix, we'll give him his flowers from last night. Like some of these young guys, the way they can throw, with weird body angles on the move, that's just not something we saw like in the 2000s. Like this is very new age playing style. These guys are just such gifted athletes. So Bryce Young, keep this game close. Like you just said, we're playing a little bit of fire here because he's been so good to us. And the Eagles are, I mean, we have no doubt about it, one of the best defenses in football and one of the best offenses. So if we could cheat, I would love to just take either a first quarter Carolina or just take them first half, right? We've seen the Eagles are just a team that comes out slow, but we can't do that here, and it's all about playing the numbers. So at 12, I'm not crazy about it, but I'm hoping, Chad, that the parlays, the teasers tie in the Eagles heavy, and maybe we can get back to that 13.5 in the contest because that to me would be an amazing number to have with this Panthers team. I just think offensively they're going to be able to hang in this game, but my fear is can they get stops defensively because the Eagles team, they're going to be able to have their way with this defense on Carolina.
Yeah, this is a get right game for Jalen Hurts, right? Like this is just when if there's anything that could potentially keep the Eagles from getting to the Super Bowl, it's Jalen Hurts' inability to be an premier elite playmaker with his arm. Like that's it, right? We can see it in every game. He has these streaks where he's kind of rushed in the pocket. He is inaccurate. He can't find the right receivers. Like that happens, and it's sort of a black hole in every single game. That to me is the biggest question for this Eagles team. But I do love their interior, and we have a bias for physically dominant teams. And Bryce Young, you know, we referenced this on the show on Sunday night. He is like slowly morphing from manager to playmaker. And you're spot on about some of those throws on Sunday night. He had like guys in his face, off his back foot, and just flinging darts. I know exactly the play you're talking about. It was like a 3rd and long. He's off balance, falling back, and nails to the only spot on the field he can complete the pass. And it wasn't by accident. Like you watch the replay and he freaking nailed it. So, here's the problem. Some reality. This Eagles defense has been so dominant the past 8 weeks. Overall, first in passing yards per play, 6th in EPA per pass, 7th in sack percentage, 7th in time to pressure. And by the way, they do all this without blitzing. It's the pressure from the interior lineman. Meanwhile, the Panthers defense, 30th in EPA per
Yeah.
play, 6th in yards per rush allowed, 3rd most rushes of 10 plus yards allowed. So it's possible Saquon runs for 500 yards and crosses 2,000 yards for the season and wins the MVP in this game. That's the scare.
Yeah.
But it's on the list. We'll keep it on the list.